will be playing up against none other than, of course, Spirit. As Spirit had lost their match against Waterboys just a few days ago, or yesterday, or the day before. I know it was actually yesterday, forgive me. So the winner plays against Spirit yet again, and then the winner of that plays against Waterboys. Anyway, it is going to be Maka to open things up. 3D Max on their CT side start to enable themselves a little bit of an easier start, as it will be Paz going through mid. It seems like a B split from Space Soldiers. They do have a smoke and a flashbang to work with. And well, the smoke is going into CT, obviously. Lucky spots out one, gonna get headshotted. Does not repeat though. Smart enough from him that he does not chase that repeat, because otherwise it would have been an easy kill for Paz. And well, still gonna be taken down. Paz, a double, and shutting down the defense completely. Not a single frag to be made. All of a sudden, we are gonna be looking for a retake for 3D Max as Paz finds himself the triple. And David P, what do you really do? Well, the answer here is lose. There's no chance against Mayer. And it will be Space Soldiers getting the plant plus the round. Look at this replay though. It's a pretty slick shot from Maka. Very nice to see. Early on, Calix takes the the MP5. I still have to get used to the MP5 being in the game now. Haven't seen it at all. Today was the first time actually seeing it in pro games, as it was officially added to the competitive matchmaking. Obviously, this is not matchmaking, but still. Maka will find the entry though. A good start as engine is taken out. The bomb going to be dropped on towards pit, but whew, Calix very dangerous. And that range will shut down any sort of play. XANTARES with the Mach 10 running around, he doesn't care. He's going to chase frags as best as he can, as you do see that Calix is clearing sight and CT, and the MP5 certainly a worthwhile buy. Jinx remains alone. He's trying his best to shut down XANTARES, but it's not really going to happen. We have 2-0, good start for Space Soldiers. This is Dust2, the map pick of course, Space Soldiers themselves. And they're looking to close out this best of 3 2-0 as soon as possible. The reason why is because they do have an official in about 45 minutes, give or take. Full eco for 3D Max, obviously. They're going to push mid. The Molotov is preventing them that, so XANTARES, as soon as he hears, is like, oh, yeah, okay, you're pushing me. I got this. No problem. Don't worry. Just think one more and tag his Maka as well, but again, not really a problem for him, and it is going to be 3-0. Space Soldiers, as expected, picking up the first thing. It is, after all, their map turf, or their turf they play on. Guys in chat, chill. I'm reading so much hate right now in chat. Just chill, guys. Come on. Come on. No need for hate. No need for being mean to each other. Behave, guys. Behave like normal people. For Christ's sake. Cheer for your team in a nice fashion. Anyway, it is going to be the first gun round. There will be 4 M4s, a FAMAS, and a limited amount of utility. 3D Max already using a lot of it early on, therefore we'll have a hard time responding to any sort of executes coming from Space Soldiers. XANTARES making his way through mid will be supported by... well, actually nobody is. He has taken down both Lucky and Maka. And the B defense is now all isolated as Jinx has to defend against them all by himself. He does bring down Engine, but the damage is already dealt. And, well, unfortunately, 3D Max will not have the courtesy of a victory as it is on Nuke, and they most certainly will not have another buy next. Jax 1 on 4, they know where he was last, and they're going to be chasing him down. The Frenchmen will be fighting to keep this round alive, and more so this series alive. Kamoka, they're talking about politics in Twitch chat. Well, guys, all in all, if you talk about politics, fine, talk about politics, but just, you know, don't be so derogative towards everybody. Behave, guys, behave. As I said, a full eco coming out from 3D Max. Not really much that they can do about that. As Maka will still find an entry. XANTARES not really being able to shut him down. Once he comes across, going to be caught by him. Watching mid-cross, it's relatively easy for him. And as we can see, Calyx is going to finish the job for the rest of his teammates. 3D Max, 5-0 first opener for Space Soldiers on the second map, and this is pretty much the best possible outcome for them. XANTARES or Scream? XANTARES all the way, because it feels like Scream was an overhyped player. Not to take anything away from him. I mean, he is a good player and all, but I think XANTARES is just much more talented in that regard. And I think XANTARES has the potential like Simple, for example, in my mind. Whereas Scream does not have the potential like Simple. But obviously it's not up to me, right? Anyway, it is going to be, of course, another fall by. 2 ops, Maka and Lucky. And this time it's Jinx to open one up. It's Calyx to fall secondary for Maka. The hold is good for the moment. There's still a player on site, that's Jinx, and he's still getting the kills. Mayer and Paz are left, and they have no entry. Entry denied. Entry not going to be given to them. And that is going to be the first one for 3D Max. It's pretty safe to say that Mayer most likely does not get a victory out of this one. Love you, Pro Adam. Fala Flani, hey dudes, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. No, I do not like to ignore chat. I do like to talk with chat because chat for me is like the reason why I'm casting is because of chat. The reason why I'm casting is because of you guys in chat. And I always love to chat with people in chat because I'll always love to meet new people and discuss different views and such and improve my own because of it. Anyway, it is going to be another buy round coming out from Space Soldiers. This time another B rush. Yet again attempting this, a little bit luckier as they do take down Jinx, but Lucky, whoo, he's a little bit luckier than them. We'll bring down one at least. It's a 3-on-4 as Lucky might be looking for another frag. Molotov will burn engine just a little bit. It's a 4-on-3. This retake is not very easy. Mayer will shut down Jax. That's B, tunnels closed down. That's actually very, very problematic for 3D Max. Now time is of the essence. Will they even attempt this? It looks like 3D Max will fall back, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like they will fall back and try to save whatever they can, keep their economy going. And it is going to be 3D Max, of course, keeping 2 ops and an AK running. Therefore, a full buy should be coming up next, but still, not the best outcomes. Been told? Absolutely. Kamoka, well, maybe. Maybe if the stars align, I guess is the best way to describe it. Love you too, Wink Theon. And of course, I don't understand Turkish, so I don't know what exactly you guys are talking about when you speak in Turkish. I'm trying my best to just, you know, kind of be a good guy to everybody. Mizen, hey buddy, thank you. Anyway, it's going to be a timeout called, presumably by Space Soldiers, to discuss as to what is going on and how we can improve, or they can improve their game. As we do see, they have more than enough, as they had won the round as well as gathered a very nice economy overall, being able to establish a good amount of bank. We'll be seeing another B rush, perhaps. This is pretty awkward from Space Soldiers. I'm not sure why exactly they're attempting to break B that much. It's going to be both Jinx and Maka at this time to defend against this, and it will be the entry to Jinx, a secondary to Maka. They're holding on pretty nicely, and it seems like Space Soldiers are paying a very heavy price to attempt this. Again, not sure why they're doing this all the time, or at least 3 times in a row. I guess perhaps trying to prove a point. Either way, not too good. I'm from Slovenia, Jarlaksle. Appreciate it. I cannot ban anybody, unfortunately, guys, because I have no control of the chat. I'm not a moderator. As we do see, Maka will find his second, and that's pretty much going to end the round for Space Soldiers. It's going to be very hard to see them get a victory out of this in a 2v5 without map control, with very limited utility and time. Things are not looking as brilliant. Engine, ooh, very sneakily like, almost getting caught there. Of course, in the end, still gonna die. And Calyx 1 on 5. He's gonna push on towards short, smoking the cross. Might be jumping into CT, quite possibly. And this is definitely the smoke for CT and flash for the CT jump. He's gonna cross over though, but Jax gets him, and that is the second for 3D Max. So far, the execute for Space Soldiers hasn't really come through. They just attempted a bit of a quick play through B, got denied, and then just kind of repositioned themselves back towards mid. Again, got denied, and it's not really working out at all. They are going to have to find a bit of a better tactic, I guess you could say. Oh, guys, I can't read Turkish. I don't understand it, so I ignore them. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. You guys are amazing anyway. Love chat very much. Key WIMJ. Oh, man. Love you too. By the way, if you want to, of course, if you want to see me, or if you want to tag me in chat, just write Seard. Flow CSGO, you too, buddy. You too, buddy. But yeah, of course, Space Soldiers, now we know why they're trying to attempt beat breaks, or at least have a bit of a distinctive idea why they're trying to beat take. Because they do have a match in about an hour, a little bit less, 35 minutes. And I guess they want to finish this second map as soon as possible. I understand that, but on the other side, there are other ways to finish the map faster. You know, you got lucky once on B, you will not get lucky again, because the defense is not going to give it up that easily. So right now, what we are seeing from, of course, 3D Max is going to be a bit of a defense towards A. They've got lucky on car, and they have a player in CT. There it goes. David would have won, but Pass is going to fall down, going to get the refrag. It's XANTARES and Long that's going to catch Jinx, and it's Jackson lucky to return. It's a 2-on-3 with Mayer and XANTARES left, as they're going to try and get the plant down. More than enough time to pull it off. And he's going down successfully. XANTARES still caught in CT. He can't move out of that position. He's pretty much locked in. Ooh, Mayer very close to dying. And he's going to take the re-peek. Not sure why. Lucky's going to bring him down. That was a big mistake from Mayer. Not sure why he tried to pull it off like that. As you can see, XANTARES has to reposition, and he will be denied. 3D Max win the round. And that will be pretty much 6-3. As 3D Max are trying to get it back into their pockets, I guess you could say, into their hands. Another buy, obviously. They have a very limited amount of economy left, though. More so, they have no more money left for themselves. Space Soldiers, they don't even have an AWP. A decent amount of flashbangs and a few a few smokes to work with. We're waiting for Space Soldiers to make the first move. 2 ops for Maka and Lucky. They have a lot of firepower in their hands that could certainly shut down any sort of attempt from Space Soldiers, as it does look like another A split through long and short. We gotta keep in mind that right now Jax is the only connecting factor in David to not allow A fall, because if Maka gets isolated on site, he barely has any chance to throw it back. Unless he pulls out a 3K or 4K, it's going to be nigh impossible. Here we go. It's a beautiful cross. Jackson, David P. And there we started off. Engine would fall with the first, but David P. is going to shut down this push. It's a triple for him. And that should be more than enough with Maka taking down XANTARES, leaving only Calyx alive. And it seems like it's not going to happen for Space Soldiers. They're going to be denied yet another round, yet another opportunity. And if they lose this, or more so if they don't plant here, it's an eco for them. They will have no more money in the bank afterwards. And it's quite evident they're running out of options. I believe they should be on an eco. Max bonus is coming through, but they still should be on an eco. Yes, they will. They could afford to buy 3 AKs, and they could afford to buy 1 AK without hair armor, meanwhile XANTARES wielding a pistol. They decide against it, realize that perhaps utility is the best way to win. With 3D Max fully equipped, fully ready. David P taking short control. Now, this is something we discussed in the last best of 3 we had between VP and, of course, their opponents. That VP won the last match against Sprout. Dust2 was the third and final map. The thing was, short, long, and mid control is vital for the CTs. Without it, they have no map control, and without it, they pretty much cannot do anything. The reason why I say that is because usually, if you have long control as the CT, you can let go of short. Okay, that's fine, you know, you can let go of short, you can let the Ts kind of be very aggressive, but you need to have one player on long and one player on site itself, from which you contain any sort of pushes, and you can go for the retakes from long, from short, or from CT. Either way, in any case, Lucky will find the first entries. XANTARES going to be caught with KOMİK gonna go for the return. Finally gonna fall as well. Lucky with the double before he dies, but damage is already dealt, and there it goes. David P will bring down pass on doors on B. It's Jinx, and no chance for KOMİK to win this round anymore. So anyway, to return back to my previous point, what I tried to make was basically Space Soldiers, as the Ts, they will be given a lot of room, or at least one way or another, they're going to be given a lot of room. And KOMİK actually picks up the op. It's 18 seconds. Can he actually pull this one off? It's not impossible, but in the end, I guess the answer is no. The replay, obviously, Lucky getting that shot off. Pretty cool flick of the wrist. Flow CSGO, have I ever casted a tournament at their arena? No, I have never had a chance to cast a tournament on a bigger stage offline, excuse me. I had never been on location besides in smaller Slovenian or my own regional tournaments. Even then, not like regional, just country-wise tournaments. Guys, we have no mods in chat. We can't ban anybody. I wish we could ban somebody, but we can't ban anybody. I'm usually kind of big on ban hammers. Again, a gun round for Space Soldiers does not start well, though. XANTARES is immediately lost early on, and Space Soldiers will be pushing short, but long. And look at how TD Max adjusted this. They've got 2 players in CT, and they've got 1 player on side. KOMİK will find the double, though. Engine with 1 more on Jackson. It seems like Mayer is going to be on point as he takes down Lucky. It is a 2-on-1 as Jinx is jinxing his way through CT. Not really having the best of luck, or at least the best of starts for himself. This is a difficult retake to make way of. The plant is for long, and Jinx, I mean, he reveals his position. The Molotov's going to fly through, still gets him Mayer. Oh, wow. Engine, 1-on-1, lands the nade, perhaps? Yeah, it's going to be 27 HP left. Oh, Engine, so close to dying. Oh, Jinx, though! He still gets it. So close, yet so far in the end for Engine. And it will be 6-6. The Space Soldiers are having a lot of issues. This afterplant was very poor from Space Soldiers themselves. It was supposed to be Mayer to stay alive. He was not supposed to peek, not supposed to die. An Engine. He went straight into that nade. Timeout being called, presumably for Space Soldiers, trying to discuss what the hell went wrong and how they can fix this. Thank you, Flow. And Time, CSGO. Will be a full buy for Space Soldiers. The loss bonus plus the bomb plant plus a little bit of money saved does give them enough to afford a proper buy. Mayer with the op, full utility as well. Overall, all the players are quite well equipped. The first entry though, or at least the first point of damage, is awarded to SS as they take down Jinx to 13. Engine, good pre-fire. Will bring Maka to 55. So far, it is not the best of beginnings for 3D Max. And it is going to be, of course, a bit of a interesting development as Space Soldiers make their way through short. Again, a bit of a mistake from 3D Max. Look at this. I mean, they're not really controlling site and long effectively. They have a single player on long and they have two players in CT with three more so focusing on mid. Not the best of openings. This is going to be a difficult battle or a difficult retake to pull off. Finally, Maka repositions himself onto site itself. He's going to be behind the box, watching the corner. We do see that the Space Soldiers are gearing up for a proper execute. Mollies are going to be starting to fly in very soon, and smokes and flashbangs as well. And here we are. Maka now has to get the first shot off. He needs to win the first duel. Going to be beautifully blinded out. Two players in CT. This is a good execute, but Calix is going to be caught by Jax. Good return from pass. Still a 4-on-4. Maka is ready. He knows this. And he's absolutely deadly when he knows this. And XANTARES though from mid. Oh my god. It's a triple. It's a quad. XANTARES shuts it down single-handedly. Completely deploys or destroys and deploys the deadliest possible measure against this. Coming out of mid. Just destroys this line of defense. XANTARES is a god. Whoa. Wow, that is beautiful. That is truly beautiful. Door FFS. My name is Theo. I am not Switchblade Jamie on Twitter. I am Overseer, so feel free to give me a follow there if you would like to. And feel free to give me a follow on Instagram as well if you do wish to. Anyway, it's going to be another force buy by 3D Max. This is one of their last. They lose this. It's going to be an eco next, or more so a force buy without money next. Maka opens up on engine though. A good start yet again for the Frenchman. As Space Soldiers lose the entry, they make their way through mid. Another B split, this time a little bit more successfully, but Lucky's waiting on scaffolding. Do they check him? No! It's gonna be one. Pass this refrag. Whew, goodbye, Mayer. Not ready for that as two players jump down through short. Goodbye, pass. Jinx is gonna be deadly. Protecting himself behind that corner. Calix left alone. It's a 1-on-3 and it's a 1-on-none. Or more so a 3-on-none. As they seriously shut it down as Space Soldiers not checking the corners. I'm not sure what is up with Space Soldiers and them not checking those corners. I'm very disappointed they do not check it. And it will be the last round of the first half. 3 Mech 10s and a Deagle. Make it 2. Maka again aggressively through mid Xbox. Gets the entry, Mayer to fall, and it's Space Soldiers. Whoo, nice shot. XANTARES down to 3. And we do see that 3D Max have adjusted. They put a very aggressive player on long. That's David to pull forward. He's going to keep on pushing through short, though. It's going to be Space Soldiers starting to ram their way through. Potentially getting a bit of an entry, and Jax needs to be careful. Can't re-peek this angle. He's going to die if he does. But it's still going to be David and Jax and Maka to shut it down. Calix, the only kill he gets. Maka going to burn alive by Calix's Molotov, but it does not matter. 8-7 final. Max do have a round advantage, and they will buy a Molotov, a smoke, and 3 flashbangs. We'll see how they utilize it. They might be going on towards long, as it does look like it. And we do have Space Soldiers with only a defuse kit on engine and a flashbang. So far, it is looking okay for Space Soldiers if they can keep the defense up. It is going to be an A-Tech. 3D Max are gearing up for a bit of a bamboozle, you could say. The Molotov will be flying onto site. Meanwhile, the smoke probably into deep CT, which is the most likely smoke there. Because if you want to go across CT, you need 2 smokes there. But XANTARES is going to find 2. Good start. He spots Jackson Pit as well. Now, Mayer is lost as he pushes forward, but XANTARES, oh, so dangerous with the USP. Long range just completely destroys any sort of opposition as he finds the third from Carr. Look at this. It's XANTARES and Calix, and they will find enough. It's going to be Engine to find the 4th and 5th, or finally 5th. But XANTARES, a 3K. And that is going to be Space Soldiers tying the score back up 8-8. As 3D Max force up. They have no choice but to force up. Calyx on this semi-force, you could say, from 3D Max. We'll be awarding SS the first entry. A good start. Engine stole the kill. Yes, Engine did steal the kill, indeed now. XANTARES are simple. I mean, that's pretty simple to answer though, isn't it? It still is simple, but XANTARES is definitely the talent and the potential to win it. Or to take it away from simple. Simple or fallen, still very simple to answer that. It's just simple. Yes, I am reading that. Adams Drogba. Of course, this force buy not going to go very far for 3D Max. The defense from Space Soldiers is a little bit too good. Jax makes it a little bit more painful, or at least a little bit costly. It does not matter. It is going to be 9-8 as Space Soldiers will pick up the first 3, including the pistol. Two players actually lost, so a little bit more costly than imagined, but doesn't matter. It's a full eco. 3D Max should not be getting anywhere near a victory on this one, unless, of course, Space Soldiers screw it up completely. That would have been quite, or that would be quite horrendous for them. And it's going to be a B rush. Yeah, it's going to be a B rush. Calyx, a little bit exposed, overextended. Not sure what he was thinking there. This spray down. XANTARES, though, pushes through under or lower and upper. And will find 2 of his own. Will be able to shut it down. Not sure what Calyx was thinking. That was quite dangerous. Imagine if that was a gun run. That was a gun round. And 3D Max go for that quick play on B. That might have been a quick entry, of course, on Calyx. That might have even been a quick refrag on XANTARES. Therefore, you would be immediately in a, let's say, a 3v3 position with B site lost, and you would have to go for the retake on a 3v3. That would have been quite horrible. But still, it is going to be the first buy round, as there is a scout on Maka. He has not had enough economy and didn't even save enough economy to buy the op, but the scout can still be quite useful. Nonetheless, we're about to find out how well this can continue going on. 3D Max, it does feel like the time of day has come. And Mark has already tagged to 16. A single nade will bring him down. A single bullet will kill him. As Space Soldiers do have a very versatile defense. I love the fact that they keep a player very close to B, making sure that the B defense is never going to fall. It is a lot easier to retake in A than B. As Jinx will catch onto Engine, but they are still for the refract. So far, he's looking okay. Gonna go for the repeat. Not sure why. This is a big mistake. Okay. Just as I say a big mistake, he does get the no-scope off. I mean, if he misses that, that's pretty much him dying, 99% certainty. Oh, that was a beautiful no-scope, though. It really was. Certainly saving a lot of chances for him, but David P still pushes on forward, finds one. XANTARES, the only kill he gets is the one on Maka. It's a 2-on-1 clutch round. Paz has to pull it off. Can he actually pull it off is the better question. With David P on ramp, Jax goes for the plant safely so. 6 seconds more than enough. And Paz is worried about where the opponents are. He should be realizing both are there, as David P was the one to grab the kills from site itself. The off angle is ready though. David P is a little bit too dangerous, and it is going to be 9-10. As Space Soldiers will eventually lose a round. They definitely need to pick up when it comes to their economy. They should have enough to buy yet again, but it's not looking too splendid so far. They're going to be at a reduced amount of utility as well as a reduced amount of firepower. Presumably at about a UMP M4. Yeah, it is going to be a UMP for Mayer. XANTARES is lost. On long, he tries to peek. Doesn't really work out. And it's immediately 3D Max that abuses the scenario. They fall back, they play it slow. They slow it down completely. They realize, okay, you know what? We do not need to rush. We do not need to play fast. Let's take it easy. Let's fall back a little bit. like a different engagement, or more so a bit of a different fight. There's no reason for us to rush into a site, even when we have an entry, when we're not sure if we can get it without losing too many people. So right now, it is going to be up to Mayer and Engine to protect a site. With all 5 players of 3D Max pushing through long, this is looking like a proper A take. Although, honestly, I'm a little bit distraught about the fact that they're not trying to go through short as well. It is a lot easier if, of course, you can go on through long, short to help you out. Does, of course, immediately denied. The pop flash doesn't really do him any justice. The Molotov in Gandalf is going to be enough. Mayer can do nothing as the Engine comes in from the behind. And unfortunately, the single kill he gets is not going to change the fact that Space Soldiers will lose yet another one and are about to be tied up. It is going to be 3D Max securing another round of victory. And another chance to bring it home. Third map, remember, is potentially coming. Of course, I believe it is Mirage as our third and final map. I will have to recheck that, but I do believe it's Mirage. Well, Space Soldiers, the price they pay is pretty much an eco. The problem for them is the fact that this gives room to 3D Max, more so gives them the advantage. And now we're reaching the final few rounds of the first, or excuse me, the second map, which is going to be very decisive. Jax, okay, he clears it up rather easily. The Max 10 dangerous even at mid to long range. Finally falls to Calyx with the M4. Doesn't really change anything for the better though, as Space Soldiers are lacking the money to buy properly. Calyx takes down one more, but yeah, Lucky's ready. So, Space Soldiers inevitably draw closer and closer. So do 3D Max. Remember, this is map 2. If Space Soldiers are able to win this map, that's going to be 2-0. That's going to be pretty much elimination day for 3D Max. And the next team to face off is going to be Spirit. And we might see another repeat of a best of 3 between Space Soldiers and Spirit. Or it might be 3D Max, the Frenchmen, to fight their way through. We'll find out very soon. Nonetheless, it is a full buy. Space Soldiers this time have a single defuse kit and a lot of utility to work with. Let's see how well they utilize it though. That's the better question. And well, it's a team kill on Jax. Okay, that's not exactly the best of starts. Mayer gets basically an assist on Jax with Maka having a nade in his hands. It is going to be a 2-man advantage. XANTARES drops to 15. So does Engine to 48. As Jinx is still doing a little bit of damage here and there. Mayer needs to be careful. Does not wish to run into the Molotov, but that was pretty sick, gotta say. As Lucky will bring down pass. It's still going to be a man advantage kept by Space Soldiers with Jinx on 6. He's going to fall consecutively. Or more so, not consecutively, more so quickly afterwards. David P and Lucky, they get the plant from short though. That's the problem. Space Soldiers let go of the map control in order to get those kills. And Lucky misses the first shot, misses the secondary. That is going to be his life. A big mistake by Lucky to re-peek twice over. XANTARES catching David P in the back. And it is going to be 11-11 as 3D Max get caught in their own web. And Space Soldiers are able to retain at least the tie and potentially the lead afterwards. It will be enough money for 3D Max to buy though, as They did win quite a few rounds as well as the plants going their way. Not sure what Lucky was thinking with the second repeat though. Certainly not the best decision he's made. Up on Mayer. Finally we see the up on this man. And he will peek long as it seems yet again. 3 players going towards B. Space Soldiers really concerned about the B loss. Or the B take. Okay, we will be having the game be put back at its place. It's 11-11. It is the bye round for both sides. So we will be seeing the continuation of the game, boys. Seemingly a technical issue that was resolved. Presumably the match between Astralis and Space Soldiers has been postponed for a few minutes. Nonetheless, it is going to be the continuation of this map. They have to finish this map though. They can't just give up halfway through the map unless they want to forfeit the whole match. Like I think that's how it's going to work out here. But yeah. Timeout is off, and here we go. It will continue yet again. Mayer with the op, as I've said before, and it will be an op for Jinx as well. So 3D Max, they have a very good chance to close out this second map and force out a forfeit or a third map. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure how it's going to be decided, but we are seeing that currently 3D Max are playing again, a default again, going towards long, trying to take long control, and they've been successful so far. A lot of the rounds they tried this, because pretty much Space Soldiers challenged it maybe once or twice, but look at this. XANTARES pushes top mid with the support of his teammate Mayer. They're going to take control of top mid entirely. Maka might be in danger. He's readying up a smoke, and there it is. It's a clean kill for XANTARES. He sees the bomb as well, and all of a sudden things could get very wild very quickly. Space Soldiers are allowed to gain a lot of ground, more so gain a lot of room to readjust. Oh my god, it's going to be another one for XANTARES coming in from Suicide. Does not expect David P to come behind him though, needs to be careful. We'll watch the right angle, and we'll lose it eventually. Lucky takes down Engine, but it's Calyx to keep the numbers up, to keep trades in favor of Space Soldiers. The op on Mayer, a little bit too soon to fire it. David P picks up the op of his fallen friend Jinx. It's a 2-on-3, and right now the cross is going to be a little bit delayed. There's no secondary smoke from 3D Max. They can't cross without being spotted. Although, here comes the smoke. They pick it up. They have enough of them. I thought they didn't, actually. I was not sure. And Calyx will be lost, but Mayer from Gandalf. He's not going to give it up that easily. It's a 1-on-2 clutch. 15 seconds time is running out. He needs to plant. David P, that is. He needs to plant fast. He spots the player on CT, spots the player on short. Now he knows. Okay, short and CT. Now I know how to play this off. Up in his hands is not going to be easy to control. And Mayer tries to go for the knife. Switches out for the AK. Smart call. Sees the shadow of the jumping player. And David P, oh yes, he sees him now. Nice and easy. 12-11. It's Space Soldiers to get the victory. Even though that was very intense, very close. Keep in mind that right now Space Soldiers are on a bit of a time constraint. And this push from XANTARES really enabled them to get this victory. 4 more. Space Soldiers will win this best of 3 2-0, eliminating 3D Max from Group D. And progressing forward to face off Team Spirit yet again. Timeout being called, 3D Max, of course, discussing how to continue. And I see chat is losing their mind as well. Can't deny that, really. Chat is fun as always. And obviously, Space Soldiers, they can't really dictate the momentum of this game, as they are, the CTs They could push, they could rush, but that way they risk too much. So they're going to have to make a very clean decision, or a very straight decision. How do they want to continue forward? Of course, the timeout for 3D Max is a very prolonged one. And I'm not sure how many timeouts are left for them. And yeah. Time Google. I would imagine that 3D Max are probably buying time for themselves right now. Not really, you know, discussing too much, but still, they discuss something at least. Turkish Mustache, you've been to Slovenia 2 times? Nice, dude. Where have you been, if I may ask you so? I don't understand the chat halfway. I don't understand anything when it comes to Turkish. Unfortunately. But yeah. And it is going to be 12-11. XANTARES pushes mid again. This time just the one time, or the one kill, but that should be enough. Calix going to be caught Mayer as well. Not really very prepared for the engagement from lower, though. That's a big mistake. That gives room back to 3D Max. More so gives them the momentum back, as 3D Max look to tie the score up. And that will be pretty devastating for Space Soldiers. And I mean, 3D Max, they're playing for as slow as possible. Pop flash on short. XANTARES is going to clear it. Right now, it's important that Engine stays alive. If he dies, that's the round over. That's going to be A side taken, and no chance XANTARES can protect the side hit by himself. Engine still covering somewhat this push. XANTARES finds the first. David P to fall. Engine finds the secondary. This might be it. It is going to be XANTARES with 2. Jax finally able to refrag and return and punish. But it's not enough. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-on-2 Jax. Can he clutch this? In CT, it is Paz, with XANTARES leading the charge. Jax thinking that somebody's coming through short, but he's denied. It is going to be 12-11, make it 13-11, as Space Soldiers yet again take it out of the feet, or underneath the feet of 3D Max, steal it away relatively easily. And all of a sudden, Space Soldiers are back on the saddle. It's a hard battle to win, and the money for 3D Max broken, forcing them to go for an eco. Space Soldiers, 3 away from victory. Remember, 2-0, and that's it. They move on forward, facing off Team Spirit yet again. Pistols and Kevlar. 3D Max, they might rush B. They are certainly looking like they might attempt it. As we do have XANTARES in mid doors, playing into lower tunnels. Calix will burn Jinx alive. There is a secondary for Paz, and should be no problem for Space Soldiers to finish the job and win it. As expected, it is going to be 14-11, and 3D Max, one last buy going to be given to them. One last chance to return back into this game. Time is running out. Remember, both teams under a bit of time pressure. More so, 3D Max under the pressure of losing, meanwhile Space Soldiers under the pressure of forfeiting. And again, it's going to be a long take. Lucky out blue, but they know he's there. And Engine, of course, wins the duel easily. It's not even a challenge at this point. The Molotov from a friendly, well, actually a friendly Molotov will prevent Engine from getting a little bit further in pit, but 3 players through short. 3D Max take a different route this time. Attempt to take A by force through short itself, as Calix takes the fight and wins the duel. That's an important victory, because that now allows Space Soldiers to readjust. They got in the kill, and they denied the play through short, pretty much denied any sort of quick entries to 3D Max. XANTARES through the smoke might be given a secondary. There's a spray through, and XANTARES, beautiful spray through, gets the 15, gets the map point and series point, and pretty much gives Space Soldiers the ending they wanted. It will be the end here. There is no more time for 3D Max, more so no more rounds and no more economy. They have enough for 3 AKs? No, just the 2 Galils, an AK, a Scout, and a Mac-10. This could be it. This could be the ending, as Space Soldiers are deploying their, their skill to blow 3D Max up. Not really what I wanted. to go there, but sure. Anyway, it seems like 3D Max have been caught in a bit of a pickle. Their duel's not going exactly as planned. They're being denied every single entry. The Molotov now going to prevent them from moving forward. On short is everybody. They're going to have a very hard time to get across this. Turkish Mustaz, you've been to Triglav. Oh, sick, bro. Triglav National Park is beautiful, by the way. It's very beautiful. David P keeps on going forward. XANTARES is waiting it, and he's ready. He does get tagged down to 30, but he doesn't care. He's like, yeah, buddy, keep on trying. Keep on trying. It is going to be a man advantage. 50 seconds time now, truly running out for 3D Max. They have very little options to go for as they switch out the weapons. XANTARES to pick up the op. Mayer with the full HP can hold on his own with the AK, and 3D Max is waiting patiently, and they're going to start executing now. Here we go. It is the last push for 3D Max. Lose this game. In CTs, and XANTARES will miss the shot as Maka is able to hit it. Maka still drops in HP. Goodbye, Jinx, though. It's Mayer from side. It's a double for him. That should be enough. Engine from pit is still as dangerous as they come. It's going to be 9 possible for them to pick him out and kill him. And there it is. Lucky 1 on 3. The bomb is not yet planted. There is no more time. 9, 8, 7, 6, and he will have enough time to plant at least. But jumping shot, it's Kukli. Pass will kill him. 16-11 final score. Space Soldiers take it 2-0, and we'll move on forward to our last best of 3 of the night very soon. Taking a short break. Until then, have a good one, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.